Hey there fellows, Buddy Spike here. In this video I will show you how to import any 3D model into Flight Simulator 2020. And for an example, I'm going to show you how to import this specific T-Rex skeleton model to Flight Simulator. And I'm going to show you whatever you need. I'll give you all the links that you need, and it's completely for free. You don't need to pay anything, and just all you need to have is Flight Simulator 2020. And you can import any 3D model that you want to the Flight Simulator world. I hope you'll be able to learn something from the video and create some awesome sceneries. Enjoy the video, fellas. So I'm going to go through all the prerequisites that you need before we can start working on the transferring of the 3D model. So first you need a 3D model. One of the best ways is that you can find shit ton of 3D models online for free, and the 3D model for the T-Rex link is in the description, and this is the link. So this link is from this link is from sketchfab.com. As you can see, this is a beautiful model, really high detail, good textures, nice textures, and all these textures also get transported, imported to the Flight Simulator world. So now how do you download it? You click on download 3D model, and you have few options, few different formats. So what I'd suggest is either you download in .fbx format or Blender format or .gltf format. Now sometimes you will not have proper texture import from some other formats like .obj. I've had problems with this format, and I've not tried the augmented reality format. You don't need it. So as long as you have this .gltf format or Blender or .fpx, yeah. So you click on download, and these are the files you'll get in a zip format. So you just open them up, and these are the files over here. This one contains the textures. So you extract these files to a place that you can remember, and then we are done with the 3D model. So now we have a 3D model. Now what we need is Blender. Blender is a free 3D modeling software. You can download it from blender.com, blender.org, and the version that I suggest is the version that I'm using, because the newer version might or might not have problem with the MSFS toolkit. Alright, so just to be on the safe side, I'm going to tell you which version I'm using, and then you can use the same version. The version that I'm using is 2.83.6. So you can again use this link to download the Blender version. You can just scroll down to the version you need. As you see, there is 2.83. You can just click on it and then download for the operating system you have. And then the installation process, I'm not going to go through the installation process of Blender. It's very straightforward, just installing any other software. So after you're done, you can launch Blender, and before you launch Blender, you need MSFS toolkit. Now this is an add-on, and this add-on allows you to export into .gltf format, not just any GLTF format, but GLTF format that Flight Simulator 2020 supports. So you click on this link, and so you can it took me some time to look for the download key, but the download button is right over here, so you don't miss that. You click on download, and it's just going to download the MSFS toolkit. Just leave it in zip format, because this tool will be installed while it is in zip format. So you have MSFS toolkit as well downloaded. Now what you gotta download is SDK Project Template. Now I don't remember where I got this project template from. It's a working project template. Now there are two ways. Either you create a new project, and then you gotta type in a lot of stuff in MSFS developer kit, in developer mode. But what I find easy is just changing some text for a pre-existing template, and then it kind of lets you make new projects really quickly. So I feel like this is an easier method, and don't worry about it. I'm gonna guide you step by step. So you just go to my Dropbox. This is my Dropbox link. It's a very small, simple scenery. Alright, it's a working scenery. So for our scenery, we're just gonna edit this existing scenery and use it as a template. So we have downloaded and made ready all of these prerequisites, and hopefully Flight Simulator 2020 is also downloaded for you. So now I will show you how to install the MSFS toolkit into the Blender so that you can export it in a file format that Flight Simulator 2020 supports. So you go to edit on the top left side and go to preferences, go to add-ons right over here, and then you click on install and then navigate to this file. Navigate to this file that you downloaded. Alright, this is the file that I downloaded. You just double click on it and then at the bottom it is installed, and this is where the file is going to be. Just make sure it is checked. Alright, now in order to confirm that this add-on works, is you just cross this, go to files, go to export, and then you should have this extended GLTF for FS 2020 MSFS. So what we're going to do now is import the 3D model to Blender. So when you first click on Blender, this is the first screen you're on. You just press escape, press A to select everything, just delete everything, and then what you do is click on file, import, and these are all the formats that Blender imports from, and any format that you have the 3D model in, you'll be able to import it. Now remember that we are importing a .gltf file, so we click on gltf and navigate to the file that we had downloaded. So I've already navigated, and this is the file you need to double click on. This is the main 3D model file. You double click on it, just wait for a few seconds. It's loading. There it is. Okay, so now you have a Blender model over here. Sadly, it's not placed somewhere in the center. It's just placed off center, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all. So right now you don't see any textures. So in order to see the textures, you gotta click over here, and voila, you have the textures. Nicely highly detailed textures. Okay, so now you have a 3D model inside Blender, and now you need to export it into format that Flight Simulator 2020 supports. And when you go to export, when you go to file, when you go to export, you have GLTF format. Now remember, this is not the one you want to export to. You want to export to the one that it says extended GLTF, and then it says for MSFS. So this is the format that Flight Simulator will support. Now for some reason I have two of these. I think you're supposed to have just one of these. It doesn't matter. Just click on this and save it in a place that you would remember. So I'm going back into the folder where I already saved it. Just gonna click on new folder and going to name this folder T-Rex1 or 2. I have had done one before. Okay, so I'm gonna name it T-Rex2. Press enter and go inside the folder. Remember, these steps are very critical. You need to follow them exactly, and name the 3D model file as T-Rex2, and just remember this name. This is the exact name you need to follow. And for textures over here, just press full stop. I don't know if this is backslash or front slash, whatever. Just have this and type texture. Remember, do not type textures. It's texture, singular. Okay, and then remember export setting. You just remember it for now, and then just expand this menu. Just click on generate append XML file. Just click on this and then name it T-Rex2, exactly the same thing, and then check and generate GUID, and yeah, I think it should be good. So now just export it. So after a few seconds it'll be exported. Don't worry, it's not stuck. It just takes a few seconds. So this is the file. So these are the files which, sorry, not this one. These are the files. The highlighted files are the one that you downloaded from sketchfab.com. Alright, and these two are the files that are generated by by Blender add-on. Okay, so when you export it using the GLTF tool, these are the files that got exported. So remember, we type texture singular, and this is the 3D model file with some extra files that you need, and this is the texture file with the folder name texture singular. So, and now we move on. Now in the meantime, you can just start your flight simulator, and I'll just start that and then have it running in the background. So while my flight simulator is gonna start up in the background, which can take ages, so what I'm gonna do is now we go towards the SDK Project Template. So now we go to the SDK projects. Remember the SDK Project Template. You navigate to this folder. So I've saved it in SDK Projects, and this is the simple scenery file that I'm gonna use as a template. So I'm just gonna make a copy of it, okay, and name this as T-Rex 2. Alright, I'm just gonna copy this. I'm just gonna copy the name of this file, and then get into T-Rex 2, and then rename scenery project to T-Rex 2. Enter into the notepad and replace this part of the text. Remember, you don't need to change .xml. Just replace this, and then save, and then close it up, and then go to package definitions. Just change the name of this folder to T-Rex 2, and then change the name of this folder to T-Rex 2. So both the files in package definition is named as T-Rex 2, and then you enter in notepad over here, and then you gotta just change these two places to the same as your model, same as everything. T-Rex 2, change this as well, and save it, and then cross, and then go back one step, go to package sources, go to scene file, just delete this, you don't need it, you're gonna create a new one anyway. And then you go back to package sources, go back to model library, and delete everything here. Okay, now you need to paste the 3D model files that were exported using the MSFS toolkit and Blender. So these are the files that were exported, the highlighted one. So I'm just going to copy them and paste it into the model library for package sources. Remember, this is the SDK project we're talking about. So after this is done, this is the exported one, this is the texture for the exported one, okay, and by this time my flight simulator is ready as well, so we can just go anywhere that I can remember, and let's see where we're going. We can just okay, let's just go to Pinto Martins International. Alright, so we're going here and set as departure, fly.
One eternity later.
Okay, so you just you need to turn on your developer mode. In case if you don't know where the option is, you just go to your options, go to developers, and make sure it is on. Okay, so after it is on, it's gonna be at the top side, and you click on first you click on developer camera. Okay, and you can use your Xbox controller to move around and go up and down. It's very handy. With the Xbox controller, it becomes very easy. So now you can do is go to developer mode and not new project, because we're using a template. We don't need to make a new project, we just open an existing project. So we navigate to the SDK project that we created. So these are all my SDK projects with the template over here. But remember, T-Rex 2, this is the one that we are working on. So we go inside here, and this is what we need to open. We click on it, and now you see the screen. Now this T-Rex is already, everything is like set for building this project. So we just click over here and we click on build all. Okay, your flight simulator will just load the 3D models. It's gonna take a few seconds. After it's done, alright, it's done. And now what you can do is click on my scene BGL, and in case if you do not see the inspector over here, you just click on view and you check inspector, and then it's gonna show you inspector. So when you click on my scene BGL, you click on load in editor, and as you can see at the back, it's now in editor view, and it also opened up a bunch of other stuff, this gizmo and everything. You're gonna need it, so I'm just gonna rearrange them a little bit. Okay, So now this looks a little bit confusing. I'm just going to let you know that this is the project editor. Okay, this is scenery editor, and when you click on view in the scenery editor, you can click on objects to view all the built objects. Okay, now let me just check if T-Rex was built. Sorry, T-Rex 2 is built. Okay, it's right over here. So before I click add, what I'm just going to do is go closer to the ground and get ready for it to be added. And I'm close. Now I can just click on add, and the object is over here somewhere. So it does not want to go up. So what you can do is go to scenery editor, click on view, go to properties, and uncheck snap to ground. Now it'll allow you to move up. As you can see, this is the little T-Rex. So you can change the mode of scaling or movement or rotation using the middle mouse button. So you see there are three main modes, something similar to Blender. So right now this is movement, and this one is rotation, this one is scale. So you press at the center and increase the scale. You press in the center again, increase. Oops, did I make it too big? I have a feeling I made it too big. Where'd it go? You know what? I might have scaled it down too much. So what I can do is click on Scenery Editor, View, and check Gizmo. So this is Gizmo. At Gizmo, click on Scale, and where's my? Oh, I think my scale is. Where's the scale? Hold on. Scale is 0.0064. So I accidentally decreased the scale by a lot. So what I'm going to do is just click on 10, increase it 10 times, and there you go. There's the T-Rex model. So press middle mouse button and keep it on the ground. Okay, I think that's good enough. That's good enough. And if you just want to rotate it, press middle mouse button on this little thing, and then you just select one of the axes and just rotate it. Right now the model was not kept at the center of space, that's why it's a little funky, but you can fix that in Blender. Okay, so well, you can just play around with it and figure it out. It's not that tough. So what's amazing is, as you can see, the shadows are also displayed according to the 3D model. So yeah, this 3D model is right now in the physical space of Flight Simulator 2020, but right now it's not a scenery mod yet. So what you gotta do is go to Scenery Editor and click on Save over here. Save scenery, and where you can save this is it's gonna take you to SDK Projects, T-Rex 2, and then you go to Package Sources, Scene, and save it as T-Rex 2, or I think any other name, but it's on the safe side. Just type it T-Rex 2. Save. Now, on almost last step, we're almost there. Go to Project Editor, okay, and then click on T-Rex, and then click on Build All. Okay, now it's gonna build according to the scale and size and everything over here. So now everything is done. I'm gonna take you to the scenery file that you copied to your community folder. Okay, so I'm going to close all of this. I don't need it anymore. Just close it. Remember, we're back at our SDK projects. This is the T-Rex 2 that you created. You go over here, you go to packages. Okay, this is the money right here. So this, you gotta copy this and paste it to your community folder where all your mods are. So I'm just gonna paste it in my community folder here, and now I relaunch the game and go to that same place. Okay, back in FS 2020, and let's hope I can find that same place. I think it was Pinto Martins International. Yes, sir. And fingers crossed. I hope it's there. Alright, let's see, and voila, look at this. The 3D model is now in Flight Simulator 2020, and yeah, it is as you would expect. It has shadows and reflective surfaces and beautiful textures as they were in the Blender format. Okay, now I know this is not a kind of place you would have a T-Rex skeleton. Probably the approach is kind of messed up on this runway now. Let me see if I get good support for this video. I will try to make a video for collision support as well, because for now the collisions are not working in this 3D model. So right now this is a 3D model without collisions, so I need to actually figure out how to have collisions working with the 3D model, because that's a little complicated process. So let's see. Hope you enjoyed the video, fellows. As always, thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Buddy Spike out.